Hi students, I hope all are safe in this critical infectious situation. Stay safe in your home. Already we learn. Today I am going to teach 12th standard biology, first chapter reproduction in plants. More or less last portions of this lesson is called seed. Seed. The fertilized ovule is called seed. So fertilized ovule is called seed. We know for a lot of seeds we are using in our day-to-day life, the purpose of energy as well as body growth and developments. This is seed, monocot seed and monocot seed and dicot seed. This seed we are using in our purpose mainly energy purpose, body growth and developments, providing carbohydrate, proteins, vitamins, mineral salt and other valuable material going to provide the seed. That's what we are going to use in our day-to-day life. The seed possess an embryo, endosperm and a protective coat are called testa and tegmen. So fertilized ovule is called seed. During post-fertilization changes, the flower have some changes. For example, flower consists of calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Calyx, corolla, androecium, strile and follow. And gynoecium consists of style, stigma and ovary. And ovary convert into fruit and ovule convert into seed. So this seed consists of embryo, endosperm and protective coat or called the seed coat. The two type of seed, endospermous seed and non-endospermous seeds. The endospermous seeds mostly example for in all the monocot seeds. Mostly they are cereals such as for here rice, wheat, maize, barley and sunflower. Sorry, not sunflower, barley is come for monocot seeds, and this seeds provide enough amount of carbohydrate. It's the requirements of our body, the purpose of energy. So we require enough amount of energy provide with the help of this endospermous seed, mostly monocot seeds. The non-endospermous seeds, example bean, mango, orchids, sunflower and cucurbits. There comes under non-endospermous, and this is mostly consist of mostly are called pulses, rich in protein. They require our body building purpose and body growth and developments. So this seeds the seed consists of a cotyledon. So this cotyledon is an first formed leaf or primary leaf and consists of a lot of food material and provide with the help of a developing embryo. Example bean, mango, orchids and cucurbits. Structure of dicot seed, Sisal seed. Here is given seed is a Bengal gram. We are using in our protein purpose. Is available lot in all the shop, in our markets also. The seed and the seed developments is called cotyledon. Then seeds are attached to the fruit wall by a stalk called the funiculus. So we learn already a structure of an ovule. Stalk of ovule is called a funicle, and the body part is called a hilum. Body and the attaching points of an funicle connecting point is called a hilum, and indegments, nucellus, embryo sac, everything. So this seed will be connecting one stalk like part is called a hilum. The seeds are attached, all the seeds are attached to the fruit wall by a stalk called the funiculus. Then this funiculus after maturity of seed disappear, leaving a scar called hilum. The funiculus disappear, leaving a scar called hilum. So what is hilum? Here have one small marking point. Small mark like part is called a hilum because of disappearance of uniculus. The hilum consists of small pore called micro. So if you see clearly, one small pore is called a micropyle. This micropyle facilitated entry of oxygen and water during seed germination. Seed germination, seed require oxygen and water and allowed to enter through by micropyle. So what is micro? Small, the entire seed coat or indictments living one part is called micropyle, and this micropyle facilitated in all the plant seed entry of oxygen and water, the purpose of seed germination. Each seed has thick outer covering coat. So entire seed covered with a thick coat. So this coat usually outer coat and inner coat. The outer coat is called testa and inner coat is called tegmen. The outer coat is called testa and is hard. The inner coat is thin, membranous and is called tegmen. Then if you see that Pisum sativum or the pea plants, the tegmen and the testa are fused because there is no differentiation but only one layer. The two cotyledons laterally attached to the embryonic axis to store food materials. So you know for a dicot seed, above the part here is there were two cotyledon, and this cotyledon is called the primary leaf, thick and is available enough amount of nutrition providing with the embryos. Then portions of the embryonal axis projecting beyond the cotyledons is called the radicle. So here have two part is called radicle and plumule. This is called radical part, this part is called plumule. So the portions moving attraction of gravitational force is called the radical. The portion moving towards light is called the plumule. Usually development of a root system and a shoot system. Root system with the help of radical and because moving down attraction of gravitational force, but the shoot system aerial parts are developed the part of a plumule. So two germinating points present in all the seed germination. This is called a radicle. The other end of the axis is called the embryonic shoot is the plumule. What is shoot? Shoot means aerial part, the part above the soil, presence of in all the plant stem, primary stem, branch stem, leaves, buds, axillary bud, terminal bud, flower, inflorescence, and fruits and seed is called a shoot. So entire parts above the soil is called a shoot. So shoot is plumule. Then we have an epicotyle and hypocotyle. Here is there for here. In region between the cotyledon and the plumule, the small space is called epicotyle. Then the region between the cotyledons and radicle, here long space. Before root developments, the part is long space is called hypocotyle. So epicotyle, hypocotyle important. So dicot seed is very, very important. Important part is called tegmen and testa. Tegmen and testa. Then important for radicle, plumule, epicotyle, hypocotyle. Structure of monocots, second type. Example, Oryza sativa. We know for here in our food. Day to day purpose. Day to day we are using for a lot of rice seed or Oryza sativum. Very good role for here providing energy rich in carbohydrate, and this is called caryopsis. Paddy seed. Paddy means entire rice grains rich. The one seeded part is called as paddy. The seed of paddy is one seeded and is called caryopsis. Sometimes ask caryopsis. What is caryopsis? We learned already 11th standard the type of a fruit classification. We learned caryopsis, a kind of a dry indigent fruits. We learned already. The seeds remain enclosed by a brownish husk which consists of glooms. Here we know entire the food grains are covered with one brownish husk is called glooms. Glomes are called glomes. The endosperm forms a bulk of grain. It is therefore endosperm region is a bulk region and is storage tissue. So this storage tissue providing nourishments of developing embryo. So here the shield shaped part is called embryonic region. It is separated from embryo by a definite layer called epithelium. So endosperm and embryonic region separated by one small definite layer of an epithelium. What is epithelium? Inner lining layer of internal organ. Then that embryo is small and one shield shaped chordodens known as scutellum. So the embryo small shield shaped part. The shield shaped part is called scutellum. The part is called scutellum. It consists of plumule and radicle. Plumule and radicle. Plumule is above and radicles below. The plumule and radicle is protected by root cap. Then the plumule and radicle before virgination they are covered by one small sheath. So plumule covering sheath is called coleoptile and radicle is bounded with one small sheath is called coleorhiza. So coleorhiza, coleoptile, then scutellum, shield shaped part, then epithelium will be separated by endosperm and cotyledon, then consists of endocyte is covered with brownish husk which consists of glooms. Some days ask what is glooms. Then this one seeded paddy seed is called caryopsis. Amphimixis and apomixis is a very important part of embryology. What is amphimixis? Fertilization in flowering plants. So pollination, fertilization, both process called reproduction. So reproduction involves in fertilization in flowering plants is called amphimixis. So those plants completing pollination, fertilization as usual, reproduction, reproducing the plant is called amphimixis. Some of the plants doesn't involve union of male and female gamete during reproduction. This process called apomixis. Very important. Amphimixis, apomixis. So what is amphimixis? Reproduction involve fusion of male and female gamete completing fertilization and development of an zygote, embryo, seed and fruit is called amphimixis. A regular process sexual reproduction. But some of the plants sexual reproduction failure happen. Failure of male and female gamete fusion. So reproduction does not involve union of male and female gametes are called apomixis, but the plants produces seeds also and reproductive parts. The term apomixis was introduced by Winkler 1908. Very important. Who suppose ask one mark? Who introduced the term apomixis? Winkler 1908. And Maheshwari 1950 classified apomixis into two types. So next scientist 1950, 1908 Winkler explained the term coined apomixis. Maheshwari, the greatest embryologist, 1950 classify apomixis into two types. They are called recurrent apomixis and non-recurrent apomixis. What is recurrent apomixis? It include vegetative reproduction and agamospermy. AGAMO, agamospermy. So those plants reproduce vegetatively as well as agamospermy reproduction is called recurrent apomixis. This plant's failure of sexual reproduction. Non-recurrent apomixis, haploid embryo sac developed after meiosis. Embryo sac developed without fertilization, but here failure of fertilization. But the embryo sac consists of other reproductive cells such as synergids, antipodals, indegments, nucellus. This parts development of embryo. Let's compare here without union because after meiosis. So embryo sac developed after meiosis. Embryo sac developed without fertilization is called a non-recurrent type. Vegetative reproduction, we know what is vegetative reproduction. Plants propagate by any parts other than seed or flower. Okay, so seed is not involved during vegetative reproduction, but other than seeds, such as for here plant stem, root, leaf, and the part is responsible development of new plant is called vegetative reproduction. Here given some example: bulbils Fritillaria imperialis is one of the plants responsible. Bulb develops lot of bulbils. So this bulbils develop underground, development of lot of plants is come for here vegetative reproduction. The bulb, you know, for here is in commercial value we are using daily to life onion, allium cepa, and this allium cepa, the reproductive part is called a bulb. So this bulb going to propagate it and produce more population. Then sucker, sucker means half of the plant is underground, remaining half above the soil. Usually half of the plant stem underground, remaining half usually above the area, above the region or attraction of light. This is called a sucker, sucker chrysanthemum. And but here happen for any incidents or accidents, the plant suppose break up, go to for independent life, before that dependent life. So here have two life, dependent life, independent. The plants are affected any incidents or accidents, the plants going to break, the path is going to just break up. After breaking, this is going to separate life. This come for here sucker, but do plants do not going to disappear. This come for sucker. Then runner, the plants usually grasses, good example for runner. And here mentha, one of the plants, mentha arvensis, a kind of a plant is called a runner, because plant is grows at the surface of the soil, stems grows at the permeating at the surface of the soil, grow and to continue life. Here also happen for any incidents or accidents, plants suppose just break up every pieces to develop new plant. Is come for here vegetative reproduction. Agamospermy, embryos are formed by eliminating meiosis. So here sometimes failure of meiosis cell division, usually reproductive cells such as for zygote formation, zygotic meiosis, embryonic meiosis, sporophytic meiosis, rapid divisions. Meiosis means rapid division. Suddenly the cell going to divide so fast to develop minimum number of cell. Here eliminating meiosis and syngamy and failure of union of male and female gametes, it is of three types. So agamospermy means embryos are formed by eliminating meiosis, and syngamy are called agamospermy. Here three type: adventive embryo, diplospory, apospory. So what is adventive embryo? We know for here embryos are consist of antipodal, egg apparatus and secondary nucleus. So 8 nucleus distributed, upper 3, middle 2, lower 3. Upper 3 are called antipodal, middle 2 are called secondary nucleus, and lower 3 are called egg apparatus, consist of egg and synergies. So egg and sperm fuse to form zygote, develop an embryo. But here what happened? This egg usually completely eliminated, do not involve for here reproduction. Embryo arise directly from the diploid sporophytic cell, either from nucellus or integument. So what is nucellus? Nourishing tissues of developing embryo. So this nucellus or integuments developing embryo directly. Example, citrus and mangifera. So here embryo arise directly from the diploid sporophytic cell, either from, because nucellus tissue will be diploid condition, diploid 2n nucleus, nucellus or integuments directly developing embryos are called adventive embryo. But here failure of egg developments. What is egg? Egg apparatus consists of an egg and synergids, or the middle egg cell either side presents synergids, and this eggs fail to develop or completing for here any other situation, they are not ready to involve reproduction. But here the nucellus or integuments developing embryos are called adventive embryo. Example, citrus and mangifera, mango. Then diplospory, embryo sac is formed from Megaspore mother cell, MMC. Megaspore mother cell without regular meiotic division. So here failure of or irregular meiotic division, and what happened that MMC directly develop embryo. This is called diplospory. Example, Eupatorium and Aerva, Aerva. So these two plants to completing diplospory and failure of egg developments of development of a zygote, egg to development of an embryo. But here diploid embryo sac is formed from MMC. We learned already. Megaspore mother cell is called MMC without a regular meiotic division development of embryo is called diplospory. Then apospory, the nucellar tissue. Here the nucellar cell become activated and develop into diploid embryo sac. It is also called somatic apospory. Example, Hieracium and Parthenium. This is one of the local VD plants present in all the railway track area. Railway track area, lot of plant is available. This one type of plant is one of the imported VD plants. What is VD? Unwanted plants present in those plants is come for allergic plants. Allergy producing plants are called Parthenium, and this Parthenium Hieracium plants nucellar tissue or nucellar cell developing embryos are called apospory. Polyembryony, we know for here single embryo, polyembryo. Poly means many. So if you see for here brinjal and pomegranate, then custard apple is available. Lot of seeds are developed. You see here only one seed or only one embryo, then double and 4 and 8 and many. So here happen for here consequence divisions happen for here development of many embryos. So occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed is called polyembryony. So what is polyembryony? Occurrence of more than one embryo presence in a particular seed. If you see for mango seed, only one embryo, one seeded fruit. You see for brinjal, tomato, and then apple, more 3, 4, 5 to 6. And orange, therefore lot of seeds come for poly. So occurrence of more than one embryo in a seed is called polyembryony. The first case of polyembryony was reported in certain orange by Anton von Leeuwenhoek, the greatest eminent primitive scientist, discovered first of all polyembryony in 1719. In 1719, Anton von Leeuwenhoek reported first of all polyembryony in certain orange fruit. It has 4 categories based on its origin. Number 1, cleavage polyembryony. What is cleavage? Here one cell divided into many cell. Daughter cell is called cleavage. Okay, so one or embryonic cell, embryonic mother cell divide to form many more number. Cleavage polyembryony. Example, orchids. Then formation of an embryo by cells of the embryo sac other than egg. So usually synergies and antipodals endosperm responsible development of an embryo. So synergies or Aristolochia, antipodal cells producing embryos are called ulmus and endosperm, and endospermous embryo developing Balanophora. This kinds of plants or formation of an embryo by cells of embryo sac other than egg. So egg other than part. What are they? Synergies, antipodal, endosperm responsible developing embryos. Then third type, developments of more than one embryo within the same ovule. So the ovule normally one seed or only one seeded ovule, but here many number of ovule presence inside, many more number of embryo presence single seed or single ovule. 2 or more megaspore mother cell, example Casuarina. The Casuarina plants presence of 2 or more embryos produced through by MMC. Then activation of some sporophyte cell of the ovule, nucellus indictments responsible developing embryo. This come for here example citrus and Syzygium. Syzygium citrus plants, nucellus indicans developing embryos. It is come for activation of some sporophytic cell of the ovule. Parthenocarpy, without act of fertilization, fruits are developed directly with the plant. The fruit-like structure may develop from the ovary without the act of fertilization. So, failure of fertilization, pollination, the plants are directly developing. Fruits are called parthenocarpy. Here is there for yes, here flower directly developing fertilized ovary and ovules inside also. Examples for tomato and citrus, then guava fruit, pineapple, banana, seedless grapes. They come for here a kind of an path. So, what is parthenocarpy? The fruit-like structure may develop from the ovary without the act of fertilization. Invariably, they will not have true seed. So, here the plants develop seed, but not usually sterile seeds, unfertile seeds. Many commercial fruits are made seedless. So here through by chemical induced parthenocarpy, application lot of growth hormone, seeded fruits, seedless condition. Many commercial fruits are made seedless. Example banana, grapes and papaya. So these plants are application of some chemical such as for growth hormone. The plants fail to develop seedless nature. Banana, grapes and papaya. Niche in 1963 classified into the following type. Three type of parthenocarpy. Number one is called the genetic parthenocarpy. It arises due to hybridization or mutation. So what is hybridization? Sudden movements of suddenly happen fertilization or mutation, sudden heritable change happen for those kinds of an fertilized flower, failure of gamete formation, but induces parthenocarpy. Example citrus and cucurbita. So the citrus plants, cucurbita, sudden change of genetic or gene mutation or hybridization, the plants involved for directly parthenocarpy. Then environmental parthenocarpy, this condition like a frost, fog, low temperature, high temperature, etc. Etc. Very good role for environmental parthenocarpy. During environmental parthenocarpy, happen for low temperature. Low temperature for 3 to 13 hours induced parthenocarpy. So this is example for here PS. Okay, 3 to 19 hours continuous low temperature. So this plants to suddenly change into parthenocarpy. Example for PS. And chemical induced parthenocarpy, application of growth hormone. GK stands for growth hormone like auxin and gibberellin. If you are applied, the plants involved for chemical parthenocarpy and production of an fruits. Chemical induced parthenocarpy, application of an GH, a growth hormone like auxin and gibberellin induced parthenocarpy. Importance of parthenocarpy. What are the uses, commercial uses? Significance of parthenocarpy. In horticulture technique, develop seedless fruits. The seedless fruits have great significance in horticulture. In horticulture technology, and because we know for if you go to for any nursery, very small plants producing fruits and flower, the people like to buy, and we are using in our in our home garden, kitchen garden somewhere. So in horticulture technique, develop seedless fruits is a great significance, give a very high marketable value. The seedless fruits have great commercial value because absence of seed, but the region of a seed is covered with pulp. Come for here a kind of an fleshy part. So seedless fruits have great commercial value. Seedless fruits are useful for the preparation of a jam, jelly, sauce, fruit drinks, etc. So seedless fruits are very good role for here preparation of an valuable products such as for here jam, jelly, sauce and fruit drinks. very commercial value. High proportion of edible part. So here without seed, the seed region also occupied with the fleshy part of fruits. Is a high proportion of edible part is available due to absence of seeds. So seed is not seed is absent. That part also covered with the fruits. It's very high value for here seedless fruit. So high proportion of edible part is available due to absence of a seed. It's a very good role for here commercial. It's an important sequence. So I hope all are understood today topic. That's all for this first lesson. Study well, take notes, and take note and prepare very well. Thank you.